Yes, my friends, it's that time again. The older man is back. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about women. Yes. No, it just keeps getting better and better. As the world turns, my friend, it gets better and better. So I was talking to a young lady yesterday in the gym. She's 31 years old. I've known her from the gym for about 2 years, yeah. And she's always been talking about, can't find any good man in Dubai, can't find a man. I'm just going to focus on myself and focus on my work, So I've been listening to this for 2 years. So yesterday we had a discussion. It came around to relationships, and I was very straightforward with her. I spoke to her from that fatherly, not red pill. I don't like to use that word, but somebody who's not interested in sleeping with her. Put it that way. Because usually men will bullshit the hell out of women because they want to have the possibility of not pissing them off so that they can ultimately get in. I am not in that mode. I don't want to sleep with her. So I am speaking to her from a man who's trying to advise her and not interested in sleeping with her. So gentlemen, you guys can understand where and how the conversation would go, right? We men, we all know that. However, for a woman, she don't know that because as far as she's concerned, I am being overly assertive and strong. So she mentioned those cliche terms that all of us men hear online.
Single by choice. Single by choice.
I am single by choice. Oh, gosh.
And I say I'm single and people are like, oh, don't worry, you're going to find someone. No, I'm not single because I lack of options. I'm single because it's a choice. No one can handle me. I cannot even handle myself.
Oh, gentlemen, we know when a woman says that, we know exactly what they're saying. They can't find a man that is suitable for them or they find desirable. No man is making any moves at them. So it is their choice. So the deadbeat guys, the guys that are not meeting her monetary requirements, height requirements, fitness requirements, and beauty standards, those are the men that she eliminated. So based on her logic, it's by choice. So I responded. And because I listen to so much of this crap every day, maybe I responded a little bit more, I guess, blunt than I would usually do. And I just said, what is that crap? And she looked at me like, I said, you're not single by choice. You're single because you don't have any choices. And she was a bit taken back because, she's not a ghetto girl or anything. She's, this is quite a sophisticated conversation. And I was just straight up. I said, you're not single by choice. You're single because you don't have any choices. The choices that are available to you aren't the ones you want. Am I correct or not? And she went like, but. I said, come on, man. I'm an old man. I don't have time to dill-dall with you. The reality of life is simply this. And I know you long enough now. If the perfect man came up to you that fit your criteria of looks, money, manners, and all the other cool things that men bring to the table, no kids, etc., you would swoop him up. If he made a move at you today, you would be all over that shit. Am I correct? She looked me straight in the eye and says, well, that's your opinion. I'm like, oh God, really? Answer the question. I said, is it correct or not? It's not my opinion. I'm asking you. Don't look at my opinion. I'm asking you, would that be a yes or a no? Would you say yes to that man? She couldn't even say yes. She just said, well, I suppose. I said to myself, you know what? That's good enough. That is that strong urge by women to always be right. Never admitting that they could be wrong, that they said something stupid. Nah, that's not in their vocabulary. So I said, there you go. So she paused for a second. She said, and this is why I'm having this conversation from these little words right here. She said, you're not used to talking to women, are you? And I said, what do you mean by that? And she just laughed. I said, oh, okay. So what you want me to do is you want me to bullshit with you and make you feel good about your life choices, correct? That's what you'd like me to do? And she just laughed. And then I just said, you know what? It's too early in the morning because it's 6 a.m, right? It's too early in the morning to get so heavy into a conversation. And she just said, yeah, you're right. Let's just work out. because we were both on the treadmill. Now, I let her off the hook with some humor at the end because she had nowhere else to go. Meaning, from a logical perspective, what she was saying was crap. But what sort of frustrated me at the end was saying to me that, oh, you're not used to talking to women. I mean, I've been talking to thousands of women over my lifetime. I'm the king of flirt. I'm the king of freaking talking to women. I have been into sales from day one, from age 18. I've been a personal trainer. I've been a master photographer. I've been in the real estate industry. I've sold jewelry. I've sold life insurance. I have worked in the restaurant industry. I have been in every single industry that allows me to talk to women by the thousands over my 58 years of existence. Then add to that, I grew up with 5 sisters. I know exactly how to talk to women. What I refuse to do is I refuse to make a woman push me into a corner and think that that is where I should stay. That's my spot. I should speak to her in a specific fashion. So in the day and age of equality, the question I have for you, and this is where we're going with this conversation, is should we men speak to women differently in today's day and age, even though we are in the age of equality? And ladies, that's my question to you. Should we men continue to bullshit you and lie to you just so that we can get in the pants, or do you want us to talk to you like we talk to men? Because we're supposed to be equal. But for some reason, no. Women only want the advantages of being treated like a woman when it's to their advantage. And the problem is, most of the time, men have to bullshit you. Men have to soothe your sensibilities, soothe your emotions. Otherwise, you get emotional and you move off. You leave the conversation. Either that or you go the opposite way and you blow up, you explode. This is the thing that bothers me about these type of conversations when it comes to the so-called equality and the differences between the sexes. If you want a man to be honest, you got to realize that I cannot get into my emotions. I can't get pissed off when that man tells me the truth. Because the second that you find a man or you catch a man in a lie, evading the facts or the truth, then you blame him. Oh, all men are liars. All men are bastards. Blah, 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 blah. My wife knows that, hey, I'm going to tell her straight up. Do I look fat in this dress? Yes, you do. Yes, there. You look fat in that dress. Please change it. Okay. Oh, really? Really? Yeah. Yes, you do. Okay, I'll change it. That's how I roll. That's why I'm still in this for 19 years. So what I find is I get a lot more respect when I tell women straight up my strong opinion, and they could either take it or not. Either way, does nothing to me because I'm not interested in sleeping with them.
Girls will never admit that they want this in a man.
Number 1, tough love. No girl is gonna say that she wants to be put in her place, but when a guy does it, it's pretty sexy.
For example, if you're hanging out with a girl and she's on her phone a lot, you could say, hey, I'm not sure if that was cool with other guys you've hung out with, but with me, that's not gonna fly. Can you put your phone away? Number 2, she doesn't want you to always be available. If a girl likes you, she might think she wants to be with you a lot, but if you allow there to be time that passes without seeing each other, maybe you only hang out once a week for the first few months, this is going to create more longing and desire on her end.
Number 3, daddy energy. Assuming she has a healthy relationship with her father, she wants that in a partner. She wants someone that will take care of the family, somebody that is a masculine leader, but she's never going to tell you that, especially in 2023.
That's the big difference. So gentlemen, you need to actually do that even if you want to sleep with them or not. But I say that with a caveat. And here's the lesson for today. All you guys who are in your red pill moment, you cannot come out of the gate being strong and red pilled when you are on a date, when you don't even know the woman. Because that turns a lot of women off. You can't go hardcore red pill. No, can't do it. Don't try it. You still have to bullshit the hell out of the woman right up front and then slowly start to set a few boundaries. You got to slowly bring reality to her. Because part of flirting is actually part of bullshitting. Even though women know it's not really true, baby, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, thank you. You said the most beautiful thing. You think she thinks that you really feel Or she thinks that she's the most beautiful thing ever? No, she knows you're not. But the feelings she's getting from that bullshit that you just said to her, makes her feel good.
Women are influenced by how they feel over what they think. Once a man understands this and applies it, it will forever transform the way that he communicates with women. As a man, we tend to be more logical.
A red pill would be, you're just an average chick. I love you, I like you, you're amazing, but you're just an average girl. But you can't tell a woman she's average these days. Hell no. You can't red pill her like that. That pill is sour. That pill is... Women will gag on that pill. You got to blue pill the shit out of her, man. Oh, baby, you are gorgeous. Oh, look at that fat ass. That's blue pilling the hell out of a woman. She loved that. Oh, listen, man. I don't want you guys to be simping for women. I don't want you guys to think that you're less than in order for you to... and having to bow down to get any attention from women these days. It seems like a lot of men think that that's what they have to do. I mean, there's a massive, massive shift towards men who are literally becoming, what do they call them? Pay pigs? I mean, ultra freaking submissive. This is a video I saw going around the other day. Just take a look at this crap. Finally met my Discord boyfriend. I love him so much, you all.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry for what? Speak louder.
For not bringing it good. I'm sorry.
Speak a little bit louder.
I'm sorry for not bringing it good.
Because you were supposed to bring a gift, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Samantha.
Yeah, that makes me almost want to cry as well. And that's why I'm trying to empower you gentlemen to understand that if you don't take this back, if you don't become men again, you're not going to have any success with women. You got to say enough is enough. That's why I created this channel in the first place. It's insane how bad men have gotten. The problem is a lot of these men have been grown by single mothers. These are the products of single mothers. That's the problem. Dashley said, that's toxic as AF. Wow. Joel said, stop the cap. Number one, Stoney. If that's all he sees his own value worth, if that's where he thinks he should be, he's a clown. The problem is a lot of these men have been groomed like this, guys. It's almost like having an illness. You don't know that you're ill. You feel normal in that spot.
What I find in Dubai is the only city in the world where the women run circles on the men without the men having a clue. There are women out here who've got their house paid for, their rent paid for, they got their car, and they got an allowance, and they're using that money to go on dates with their boyfriend while their husband's at work. But they're so finessable. The guys are the problem here. The women are not the problem. We've got to remember that there's a reason why jobless women come here, because they find men dumb enough to invest all their hard work and energy into a woman simply because she's 20 years younger, or simply because she's his type physically, or simply because she's a yoga instructor. It would be stupid of them not to take advantage of that. The men have lost their ability to see straight when it comes to the women here, and they go for trouble. They look for trouble. There'll be a good, wholesome woman, and there'll be a woman with all the red flags in the world, and they zoom in on that woman. Thing is, they think that because they're rich and they provide for her, she's not going to go anywhere. What they don't know is the women in Dubai, you are one of 50 rich men they know. They know 50 millionaires. They know 50 men in that industry. So if you think your money's going to keep her, you're deluded, unfortunately. Your competition isn't other men. Your competition is what she's out here for, her goal.
I love using a lot of her psychology material, but she's out of her depth right here. She's talking about game right now. This isn't her lane at all. She's out of her lane. Because in this case, she tries to describe two different types of women. You got the woman who's already caught the man and he's married to her. And that rich man is going to spend on his wife. If he's out working and she's out playing with his money, that man's an idiot. But these men are all over the world. It happened in Cayman. I saw many lawyers who literally billing out hours day in, day out. They literally These lawyers can literally spend 12 hours straight and sometimes sleep at their desk to wake up in order to deal with clients in different time zones and don't go home. And their wives are getting dicked on by some pookie, some random dude she met in a bar, a hotel bar somewhere in Cayman. I've seen this happen all over the world, to be honest with you. So it's not unique to Dubai when we see that sort of behavior. But the second type of girl she's talking about, that's the girl that is not married, that these men pass around as hoes. Yeah, that girl might know a lot of millionaires because once she's met one and he introduces her to his other buddies, she's on the table. That's what we used to call it back in the day. Back in the day when I was in the group and we had women shuffling around, I know that my boy's hitting it over there, right? He's in it. I would go and I said, boss, love that, man. That's nice. Is it on the table? And if it's on the table, it means that, yeah, you can have your turn. It's just a plate of food sitting in the middle of the table and we all eat. Does she benefit from these powerful men spending money on her? Yes. What do we call that? But we don't use the word? A high price hooker. That's it. That's all. And yes, these women have their regular jobs. They're doing their regular thing. They're looking to ultimately get the best man. But in the meantime, she thinks that she's playing these men, not realizing that all of these men are playing her. Because influential men come in a very small circle. And every one of them know every one of them. When these women think that they're playing these rich men, you are a piece of food sitting on a table that each man takes a bite and then leave the rest on the table for his other friends to devour and eat. Maybe she find and she convinced some simp out of the bunch that she's worth marrying, but that is rare. Not in today's day and age. Not in today's day and age. Most of these men will marry that little submissive woman who no one knows about, the sister of some of his friends of some friend that he knows that who would just love to get married, leaving the father's house into his house. So yeah, what she's talking about are two different types of women. Listen, we all know, every guy knows here in Dubai, that this is not a place to find wives. No, it's not. You find playthings here, but you do not find a wife here. And if you come here with a wife and you're working hard, yeah, you might get burned. You might get bun, as we put it, as we say in Jamaican. You might get bun, but this is the nature of the beast, you know. Keep your wife occupied. Keep her busy. Don't let her stay home being bored. Hey, you'll have a much better chance of not fathering another man's child. Let's just put it that way. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to try to keep my videos a lot shorter, so I'm going to cut it short here. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up on this message leaving. All right. If you want to book a session, get me over on askanolderman.com. All right. So I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.